Hello Duelists, it's Tombox here, back from PAX. I got a Discord shirt, which is really nice. Actually, I have two of these. But anyways, aside from PAX stuff, where you guys want me to give away, apparently these server codes, these are still not used. But anyways, I will talk about giveaways later, but just do me a favor right now. There's a Facebook link down below before you continue this video. I'm asking for your help to vote on something that is dear to me. Should I make this mat or this mat? Both of them will actually be made, but which one should I make more of? This is the 20k celebration mat. It is a full color cloth mat with, well, two of my most favorite artwork, and it actually took a long time. Like, the total hours spent on it was crazy, and I've seen one of the finished products before, so their amazing color is amazing. Anyways, you guys vote on which one you guys want to see more of, and probably maybe change one of these guys away. Okay, enough about that. Let's go on to Legendary Duelist. So this is, to me, a Duelist pack. Like, in OCG, this was a Duelist pack, and here, well, I don't know why they didn't consider it as a Duelist pack. It has 51 cards in the set. It's not exactly a subset, because a subset usually has 60 cards and chooses new archetypes and new ways to play. This one's just more of support of existing old archetypes. And what are some of the supports we get? All the legendary duelists from all your favorite series, from GX all the way to, well, it's mainly just GX actually. Well, so we have Atticus Rose with the red eyes, we have Mako Tsunami with the new legendary fisherman shenanigans with more Kraken than anything. We have Bastion with the water dragon. So these are all expansions of those decks, okay? So we have My Valentine's new Amazon stuff. We have Cyrus Truesdale with, I guess, a Megazord. He's not important. His brother Zane is much more important. Zane Truesdale gets his new Cyber Dark support. And this Cyber Dark support basically gives it a bit more competitive edge. Now, the main question here is, should I buy into this set? And the question is, if you're a competitive player, then I strongly suggest you to steer away from the set. Unlike previous Duelist Pack, Battle City, or Rival of the Pharaohs, those ones offered something very important. There are a couple chase cards in there, like Card of Demise. Oh, that card's amazing. We have Winged Dragon Raw Sphere Mode, Lullaby of Obedience. Those cards were great, and they were chase cards in the set. However, this set, this Legendary Duelist set, does not offer the same amount of chase, unless of course you're into the Cyber Dark. The Cyber Dark stuff is quite amazing, and whatever the supports this set is offering to those archetypes, well, let's just say it plays into the deck's playstyle and actually synergizes and give them combo starters. Like what those decks were lacking, like they were very slow, unable to kind of get the start up. Well, these new cards will fix that. If you're an avid collector, you like certain characters, if you're building character decks, this set is definitely for you, and definitely buy it, because if the competitive guys aren't buying it, you guys are on your own. You guys have to buy it yourself or get singles. One way or another, if you're interested in this stuff, I will quickly go over each of these archetypes. Okay, starting off with the Joey and Atticus support. Well, that means Red Eyes. So Red Eyes, what do you get? Well, some of the more interesting cards would be Red Eyes Baby Dragon, which is, to me, a bit garbagey because it has a Battle Destruction trigger, which when a good player sees Battle Destruction, what do? We avoid the Battle Destruction altogether. So that part kind of sucks. But Gearfried and Red Eyes Slash Dragon. Two cards that you should pay attention to if you're a Red Eyes collector. These are the two cards you probably want. The Gearfried, the Red Eyes Iron Knight, whatever he's called. Well, basically gives you a warrior that can serve as an MST as well as a Red Eyes Reviver, as long as you have the equip cards to play with him. Of course, if you guys know about Gearfried the Iron Knight, every time you equip something on him, he can destroy it. But this version of it, when you equip something onto him, you have the option to destroy the equip cards on him to basically pop a back row, pop a spell or trap. Or the other effect is you can choose to send one of the equip cards equipped to him to the graveyard to revive a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster. Overall, a pretty decent monster. And with the new fusion Red Eyes Slash Dragon, if you fuse a Red Eyes monster with, well, a warrior type monster, you can make this bad boy, and whenever a Red Eyes monster attack, you equip something onto him, and it'll gain 200 attack. That's the effect of what if you equip it through this effect. And if anything that your opponent targets, or any card effect that your opponent targets, something on your side or whatever, you can detach, or not detach, but send one of your equips to the graveyard and negate the activation of that card and destroy it. And of course, if the Red Eyes gets killed, destroyed by battle, destroyed whatever, it will revive everything that's equipped to it. So it's basically a giant ass carrier. So that part's pretty cool, but one thing I don't recommend about Red Eyes is that, personally, I think Red Eyes aren't very competitive just because they are so messy. They don't know what you're doing. You've got your Geminis, you got your vanilla, what playstyle are you going with? Are you going with a burn? Who knows? There's just so much to talk about in terms of Red Eyes. There's like Catalyst Field. You can play Catalyst Field Red Eyes. You can play Fusion Red Eyes. You can play the Summon Skulls. Or you gonna play Fusion Red Eyes. The thing about the archetype is that it's so messy and so convoluted that you just don't know what you're really getting into when you play a Red Eyes deck. Like, what is the most optimal build? No one has really figured it out. So maybe play Red Eyes FTK. I'm sure you can look that up. Someone probably out there has a video like that. Now, as for Mako Tsunami support, we have Legendary Fisherman number 2, and we also have Citadel Whale, and I believe Sea Surprise Attack, or whatever that card is called. That continues trap card that basically lets you activate Umi from your graveyard or from your hand. That card's actually pretty neat since it does, refetch your Umi, so it's like a plus. I guess Citadel was pretty interesting because it does allow you to immediately set directly from the deck the Sea Surprise Attack or Sea Stealth Attack, and well, that will also let you fetch the Umi, so you're actually gaining multiple cards if you play the Citadel Whale, and Citadel Whale does come with a special summon condition of attributing 2 water type monsters. Play it in Mermails. I don't actually think that actually benefits you, but just saying it is a possibility. Citadel Whale's pretty interesting stuff. You also have Legendary Fisherman 2, which is a level 5 monster, which you can basically just normal summon. Of course, while Umi is on the field, you can't target it with monster, or it is unaffected by monster effects, and when this card is basically killed off, you get to add yourself a level 7 water monster, which is, you can add a Megalo. But you can also add the Citadel Whale, of course. But no one cares about the Freaky Fish guy because the deck kind of is very awkward to play. But maybe it is a little bit better now that you can actually maintain your Umi on the field. And Umi was one of those cards that you just really want to keep on the field. Namely, you use it as Legendary Ocean, of course. And as long as you can actually maintain it, it's all good. Or is it? I think the deck kind of sucks, to be honest. Next up, we have, of course, the most hyped archetype of this set, which would be Cyber Darks. Cyber Darks are getting a cannon and a claw. These are dragon-type monsters because, don't forget, Cyber Darks need to work together with the machines and the dragons, and the machines basically sucking up the dragon, giving it power. Of course, we also get a new fusion-type monster, which is Cyber Darkness Dragon. Well, what's so special about this guy? Well, it requires 5 Cyber Dark monsters, which is a pretty hefty cost to actually summon him out. However, with the new monsters, Cyber Dark Cannon and Cyber Dark Claw, they actually synergize very well because you can actually just ditch Cyber Dark Claw or Cyber Dark Cannon into the graveyard and search yourself for a Cyber Dark Machine type monster. Since you have the dragon, you have the machine, what do you know? You get that instant gratification of using them. And one thing to note about them is that they have other effects when they're equipped, which will usually generate more card advantage, like drawing cards when this thing is sent to the graveyard. And guess what? There's a field spell that actually helps out with that situation where it basically lets you bounce back one of your Cyber Dark monsters and then normal summon them out again, which will again trigger their effect and re-equip them, which gives you additional pluses. So you can actually use that opportunity to actually set up very well into getting Cyber Darkness out. If you get Cyber Darkness out, basically every single thing you have equipped onto Cyber Darkness is your ammo to do generic negation, monster spell trap negation, that stuff. But again, there's always a kaiju for that. There's always a kaiju for that. And for you, those of you who are Bastion fans, even though he's probably the least Cyrus is the least popular character. Bastion, you play with Water Dragons, you play Bonding H2O, now you have new spell card, Bonding D2O, which is also considered as Bonding H2O, and you have now Water Dragon Cluster, which is basically 2 Water Dragons. What happens to this guy? Well, you can split him into 2 individual Water Dragon, ignoring their summoning conditions. Okay, that's pretty neat and all. What's so good about this card? Well, it has a recurring effect. So this card technically plays like a very targeted ritual summon where you need 2 Hydrogeddons and 1 Oxygeddon to make H2O Dragon, Water Dragon. But this one requires the new dinosaur, which is level 5, which is one level I'm not exactly very fond of, but Duoturion, which is a level 5 dinosaur, which you can ditch from your hand, as a I guess ignition effect from your hand. You can send it to the graveyard, and then you can add yourself a bonding card. So that's kind of neat. So that gives you the speed to actually fetch things out. And of course you can play this card to summon out Water Dragon Cluster, which can split into more Water Dragon, and when Water Dragon dies you can get out your Hydro-Geddons and your Oxy-Geddon, and apparently you're supposed to be able to cycle this constantly. I haven't really found a good way to do it because it seems like all just a bunch of dead draws to me, and these monsters are kind of vanilla-ish. I'd rather go into Lakia and Dolka since these guys are dinosaurs, but that's just me. That's why I don't really exactly like this archetype, but I have to say though, the artwork of Water Dragon Cluster is pretty badass, so if you're into that kind of collection-based card game or you're a Bastion fan, well, this card is definitely for you because it gives you a bit more versatility into playing the Water Dragon that just basically didn't get any kind of support when it was released. It was like an experiment that Bastion's like, I'm gonna make Water Dragon, and that was the end of it. So I guess we get to expand a bit further with that. And as for you guys who actually like playing with roids, well, there is Super Vehicleroid Mobile Base, and you also have Mega Roid City. This is just a bunch of steroids for his roids that are already pretty roided up. Okay, so Super Vehicleroid Mobile Base. This card is a fusion monster that requires one roid monster that is a fusion monster and then one other roid monster as 0 attack, 5k defense, and I'm just actually going to read his effect. That is important. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, special summon one void monster from your deck or extra deck with attack less than or equal to that monster. So you can actually spam out utility monster, but sadly I don't exactly know the void monsters very well, so I'm gonna assume they're not very good. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay guys? I'm just gonna assume they're not very good. You also have the field spell Mega Roid City, which allows you to destroy one card you control to add any Roid card into your hand. Now, one Roid card that I kind of want to talk about is Emergency Roid Call. Is that what it's called? It's a counter trap, and it's a counter trap that if you control a fusion Roid type monster, what happens is you'll negate the activation of that spell, trap, or monster effect, and then will basically negate and destroy and get rid of every single copy out of the main deck, extra deck, or wherever it is. It's just a very neat way. Kind of reminds me of spell vanishing, where if you negate one spell, you can get rid of the other copies of the spell. Same idea with that card. Okay, for Amazonas fans, there's only 3 cards you should care about: Amazonas Call, Amazonas Onslaught, and Amazonas Princess. Those 3 should basically cover all grounds. Amazonas Call is a Foolish Burial or Rhoda for Amazonas cards, as well as it has the ability to give one of your Amazonas monster, if you banish this card from the graveyard, one of them can attack all monsters all once. That's pretty neat too, but of course all the other guys can't attack. Amazonas Princess has 2 major effects. One to search a Amazonas spell trap from the deck upon normal or special summoning, so that's pretty neat. And when she attacks, you can send one of your cards that you control or in your hand to the graveyard and special summon out an Amazonas from the deck. Very, very versatile monster, and it can actually set you up very, very well. And Amazonas Onslaught is a trap card. One key thing to know about this trap card, it is a continuous trap. Basically turns all your Amazonas into Zodiac Whiptail. Anything they hit at the end of the damage step or damage calc, basically banish whatever it hit. So it's an Amazonas thing. Yeah, so maybe we'll see Whiptail banned, I don't know. Crazy thought. Alright, so in what's new, Tom Box? Well, I just came back from PAX, and there's lots of stuff I want to give away. I have like a lot of skin codes. I don't know where I shoved them all. They're under my keyboard. But, you know, these are the 2 main ones that people really care about. PAX Sivers. Well, you guys can, I guess, have this if you join the Discord. If you join the Discord, I will be part of a channel, and if you guys are part of, just join one of the channels. I believe it's going to be Beat the Box Scramble. You join there, just say you're entering, and then I'm going to choose a random name in there, and then I'm just going to give you the code. And, well, there's a time limit on this, of course. I will announce when I'm on there to give you guys this stuff. That's about it. Until next time, hopefully there's something more interesting going on with Yu-Gi-Oh! Or else I have some pretty interesting stuff to cover, but I'm really just trying to take a little break. And it's so smoggy and hot here. And also, one quick thing, the giveaway is actually now live. You can actually sign up for it. You can get either of those mats. If you did vote for them, well, you have a chance of getting them too. So go definitely check out the Gleam giveaway. And yeah, well, until then, I think that's all I got to cover. So until next time, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please drop us a like so we know we are doing a good job, and you can also subscribe to MST.TV for more fantastic videos by clicking on the button on the left. Don't forget to check out our partners at Imperium Duelist. They make really high quality mats, including some of my own limited edition release stuff. And if you want to check out one of our past videos, click here on the right. As always, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV, and I'll see you next time.